Side notes allow users to track miscellaneous balances in the system rather than adding them to the existing payment balance and having to recontract the loan. You can create a side note balance and that can be tracked separately in the system. So to add that, you'll start by clicking Add Side Note in your Receivables menu. You will enter your customer's account information, and then here you'll see 3 tabs in the side note area. You have your customer information tab where you can update customer info, the account information tab where you can see all the balances that are on this contract. So you have currently a payment balance, and we do have one existing side note balance here. Looks like a repair balance for a windshield replacement. And then I can go to the Add Balance tab. This is where I'm going to add my new side note. You're going to start by selecting your balance type. And these balance types are created in the System Utilities Table Maintenance area under Side Note Definition. If you'd like more information on how to create these balance types, please refer to that video. The balance types are going to be either a recurring or gross declining balance type. And the difference is gross declining will start with one set balance and the customer will make payments on it until it is zeroed out. The recurring balance is just created and you have an installment payment that recurs throughout the loan until your contract is completed. So we'll select our balance type, and in this situation we're going to choose force placed insurance, which is a recurring invoice. You can see that here in the right side of the screen. There's tax charged in addition to the payment. So now I'm going to select the date that this was added. If you need to change the date for some reason, you can use the calendar modal to do that. Otherwise, it'll default to today's date. Then you're going to decide if this is going to require weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or bi-monthly payments. If you want to calculate the payment amount, you enter that in. And then the date to the next or to the first payment defaults to 30 because we have it at monthly. And now you're going to select your tax rate. If you have different tax packages or different tax rates, then you can select the one that you need. And the system will generate the payment required in this recurring side note balance. Once you have that set up and everything looks good, you click Save. You're going to put a balance description. And then you'll print your contracts and documents. I'm going to click No because I'm not currently set up with a printer, but you will print yes and print those documents and have the customer sign them. And then you can search for another contract if you need to set up someone else's side note, or you can exit adding side notes. Once you have a side note, to take payments on that, you would go into cash receipts, take a payment just like you normally would, locate that contract, and when you get to your process payment tab, you'll see the different balances set up on the account. So you'll see there's your payment balance, here's this existing side note repair balance, and here's our force placed insurance balance. So I can put in the amount of the payment and then put in how they are making that payment, and then I'll click Save. And it'll take the payment for that particular balance. Now, I can also, if I need to find information about payments that I've already posted, if I go to my ledgers, I now have a side note ledger. So remember, these balances are separate from your payment balance, so I can click select. It's going to ask me to choose which side note balance I want to view the ledger for. And I can click OK. And then it'll show me the payments received or the payments invoiced for this declining balance. And you can see up here it says forced place as the type, and it gives you the payment information. So once you set up your side note in receivables, then you can track that using your ledgers, and you can take payments on a particular balance in cash receipts. And again, if you need information on how to create the different side note types, please watch the video for side note definitions.